Good afternoon, everybody. How are you making out? I'm doing okay. Today we're going to look at cherry tomatoes. These are heading for the market today, and we thought we'd do a little video to show you what the different varieties are and how they taste, and if you're coming out to the market or buying from somebody, you'll know what to expect. The first type here is a sweet million. It's just an ordinary red cherry tomato. Very good grower. You can see how many tomatoes there are on each branch. It grows really well, and the taste is really good. It's like an ordinary tomato, but just a little bit sweeter. It's very nice taste. This one over here is a yellow tomato, yellow cherry tomato. Actually, it's pretty big for a cherry tomato. It's called a Hartman gooseberry tomato. So whenever you see a yellow tomato of any kind, it means it's low in acidity, so it's a little easier on the stomach for those people who don't like tomatoes and it's hard on their stomach. If you see it's yellow or orange, it'll be good. You'll enjoy it. Which these are dead sunset. These are going to be orange eventually, but they're still not ripe. But they're doing pretty well. They're going to do all right. There's not a lot of tomatoes in each plant, but it's doing okay. This one here is called a sunset bumblebee cherry tomato. Again, it's a bit bigger than an ordinary cherry tomato, and when it's ripe, you can tell by the red flames on the side. And these are very tasty as well. Very good, and they're beautiful. They'd be beautiful on a salad or a charcuterie board or something like that. This next one here is the king of cherry tomatoes. It's the Sungold. A bright orange tomato, and this year they're growing very well. And these, as far as taste, are beautiful. They're just like candy. Very sweet. Hard to believe it could get any better. These ones here is called a blond copion. The plants don't look, they're a little dry, but they're producing a lot of fruit. Another smaller than average cherry tomato, and they just have a very good flavor. Nothing too fancy, just a nice sweet cherry tomato. That brings us up to a bigger tomato. These ones aren't cherry. These are called Lemon Boy. And then that very beautiful yellow tomato. Very good. Nice texture for eating. Very good. Also look pretty on a salad or any way you want to eat them. The next type here is called a Chadwick cherry tomato. Another red cherry tomato. Maybe a little bit bigger than an average cherry tomato. These were the best growing plants of all. They're just vigorous plants. They've gone a little bit by now. They're starting to get a little brown, but they're still producing very well. And this is a very nice cherry tomato. Very good tasting, sweet, and very much plentiful, as you can see. Very good. We have a few peppers as well. These are Hungarian hot wax peppers. First time we've ever grown them. Very beautiful fruit on them, and very plentiful for one plant. As you can see, we have a few plants there. Not sure of how hot they are, but we're going to find out. These are another variety we've just started to grow. They're called long hots. You can see how many peppers are on one single plant. They're not quite ready yet. They're very mild. They call them long hots, but they're a mild pepper, depending on your taste preferences. Over here, we have what is called a Yakamoto cucumber. It's a Japanese cucumber. Very long, slender cucumbers. Don't let the appearance fool you. Normally a cucumber that looks like that has gone by. Not these. These are very crunchy. The only thing is that they do need to be peeled because they have a very thick, bitter skin, but once you get through the skin, they're beautiful crunchy cucumber. You can see how long they can get. I think we've had one was 26 inches. 26 inches is our record. I think the world record is 42, so we have a little bit of work to do. This next one here is a Fahrenheit blue, very beautiful cherry tomato, dark purple, but you don't pick it when it's dark purple. You have to wait for it to turn a little red on the bottom like this one. Once it turns a little red on the bottom, you know it's easy to pick and ready to eat. Very nice cherry tomato, average size, and just an average taste too. It's very, very good. And it's grown really well this year too. Pretty plentiful. This next one here is a different one. It's called Brad's Atomic Grape Tomato. They can grow in various sizes. This is about average. Some are a little smaller, but some are a lot bigger. I'll pick this one because this one's ripe because it's turned a little bit color in orange. Like normally you wouldn't think this was ripe by just looking at it. And also when you cut it open, you wouldn't think it was ripe either, because it's green on the inside like that. You wouldn't think that was ripe, but it is ripe, and it has a really good flavor. Very sweet. Very good tomato, that one. I guess the best way to describe it, like it looks like a kiwi, and it has a little bit of a kiwi taste and also a plum taste also. Some of them do have a bigger core. This one particularly does have a bigger core, but they're not all like this way. So when you're eating these, I think it's best to slice them first before you eat them, so that you know what you're getting into. And plus you get to see it. It's pretty on the inside.
This variety here we grow outside is called a blue cream cherry tomato. As you can see, they have a beautiful cluster. They aren't quite ready yet. When they're ready, you'll see a yellow to an orange blaze on the bottom of the plant. We grow all heirloom tomatoes except for Sungold. And the problem with heirloom tomatoes is that they do not stay long. Once they are ready to pick, you have to pick them. So we have to be careful and astute and watch for that yellow blaze on the bottom to pick them at the perfect time. And these are just like honey when you eat them. Blue cream cherry tomato. You can see some that are almost ready over here with the purple on top. And see this one here, probably today or tomorrow it'll be ready, and the next day usually you'll see a split tomato if you don't get them at the right time. These are what's called a graze sweet cherry. These grow in small little clusters, and they're very tiny cherry tomatoes, as you can see. Very, very sweet, but they will turn a deep red when they're ready. We do grow some of our tomatoes outside. The only reason we do a few in the greenhouse is to get a 3 or 4 week jump on something. As I said before, we grow all heirloom tomatoes, so the greenhouse is only to bring them along a little bit quicker. Here we have another pepper that we've grown last year, and these are grown from our own seeds that we kept from last year. These are a cayenne pepper, very, very hot, but very, very tasty, and you see how plentiful they are. These are just starting to turn red, and when they turn red, perfect time to harvest them. What we do is we dry these and either crush them up, or actually we've been putting some in our pickled quail eggs that we've been making. These are on their way to the market tonight. These are the ones all the tomatoes that we just looked at, all the different types. What we like to do is we like to mix them all up, and instead of giving you all of one kind, we mix them all up to make a beautiful pint boxes, so that if you want to display them for your company when you have a special dinner or something, it'd be beautiful. And also you get to try all the different flavors and compare them to each other and figure out which one you like the best. So maybe you want to grow your own next year.